There is a playbook for what Vladimir Putin is doing in Ukraine, and it was written in Syria, where the Syrian president remains in power to this day, one of Putin's few loyal allies. CBS News has the first U.S. television interview with an eyewitness to war crimes in that country. Our investigative team spoke exclusively with Syrian refugees who witnessed crimes against humanity. And they say they now fear for the Ukrainian people because they saw what the Russian president did to their country. CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge has our story.
Syrian refugee Omar al-Shogri blends in with his fellow undergrads at Georgetown University, which is remarkable given this picture from 2015, after Omar spent 3 years in Syrian prisons where he says he was systematically tortured.
When I was in jail, I never thought I would make it out.
What does it mean to be living freely in the U.S.?
Just being here in the U.S., it just gives you a position of power and responsibility to help the people who are not where you are right now.
What is the benefit of your power if you don't use it for good?
Now an advocate for human rights, Omar's story begins a decade ago, when Syrian President Bashar al-Assad cracked down on the pro-democracy movement, locking up protesters by the thousands.
So how many times were you arrested?
In total, 7 times. The last time was 3 years in prison. Who is denied from saying the word freedom? It's the most beautiful word that you can say.
It's a dangerous word in Syria.
It is the most dangerous word you can say in Syria. Here you have like the cigarette burn.
Omar described physical and emotional torture, telling us the regime kept meticulous records of the prisoners who died around him.
I numbered hundreds of bodies, if not thousands of bodies.
How do you emotionally survive that?
This, human part of you disappears in order for you to survive.
And now a new Syrian witness has come forward who offers eyewitness details to atrocities in Syria. Earlier this month, on Capitol Hill, he shared his first-hand account of 2 mass graves where he says thousands of bodies were buried. This is his first U.S. television interview.
The regime is a tyrannical regime, and I fear for my family.
Because of ongoing security threats, we agreed to shield his identity. He's known only as the gravedigger.
Twice a week, multiple trailer trucks would come, and each truck would have upwards of 100 to 400 or more bodies.
That voice you're hearing is the gravedigger's translator, Moaz Mustafa, who runs an advocacy group, the Syrian Emergency Task Force.
They were tortured to death. You could see clearly the signs of torture on their bodies.
You're describing a system of mass murder.
Yes, absolutely. This was a systematic machinery of death.
The gravedigger pointed us to this site near the Syrian capital. These satellite images obtained by CBS News show its transformation from a barren field to a series of trenches.
Everything that was going on, the mass graves, were systematic and were part of what the Assad regime wanted to do.
Based on the gravedigger's account and other evidence, in a landmark decision last January, a German court found a former Syrian colonel guilty of crimes against humanity. CBS News has learned the gravedigger also met this month with officials from the White House and the State Department.
I just want to be clear. You heard conversations among Syrian intelligence officials about Americans dying in the Syrian prisons.
Yes, I heard Syrian regime officials discuss the fact that there were Americans that were killed, so yes, I did hear that.
The status of many missing Americans is unknown and the subject of further investigation. Among them, journalist Austin Tice, humanitarian aid worker Leila Shrakani, and psychologist Maj Kamalmaj.
Have you been talking to the FBI about missing Americans?
Of course, we talked to the FBI, we talked to other, war crimes committees in different countries, because I wanted to give my testimony because I expect myself to be killed at any day, right? I expect myself to be dead tomorrow.
Those threats are still that serious?
Of course.
Well, I think we have to recognize the critical role that Russia played in the crimes committed by the Assad regime.
Stephen Rapp is a former U.S. ambassador at large for war crimes. Rapp told us the current Russian targeting of civilians in Ukraine mirrors their years-long campaign in Syria.
When it looked like Assad was going to be overthrown by his own people, the Russians came all in and joined in the bombardment of hospitals and civilian neighborhoods.
The failure of the international community to hold the Syrian president responsible, Rapp told us, emboldened Putin.
You could kill your way out of it. And that's a lesson that that Russia's taken to heart, too, as it commits these crimes in Ukraine.
The gravedigger said he knows what the Russians are capable of.
I see the news coming out of Ukraine. My heart hurts because I know what Russia has done in Ukraine, what it can do, because I know what it's done in Syria.
The action of the Assad regime have been taking undermines the international norms that we set in place in the aftermath of the Holocaust.
Naomi Kikuler is the director of the Center for Prevention of Genocide at the Holocaust Memorial Museum in Washington.
We are confronted by that question of, does the rhetoric of never again actually mean anything?
Does it mean something still?
I think a very serious reckoning that we need to be having today as an international community about that. As we see Syria continue to unfold now over a decade.
Omar will always be a torture survivor.
That's how I said, that's how I slept. I slept on my feet, right? So my feet would get really thick.
Showing us the crouch position his captors used to cripple him. And then there is that picture.
When I actually saw myself for the first time in the mirror, I was shocked. I saw a ghost because I could not accept how horrible I looked when I got out of prison. The blood coming from my eyes, from my nose, from my ears, everything looked so horrible, reflecting the brutality of the Syrian regime. I just want that to disappear.
If you look really closely, you see the smile.
I do. I always smile.
7 years after Omar's mother helped him escape, he reunited with his sister, threading the needle of despair to stitch together hope and purpose.
I can cry for 100,000 years for what I went through. It wouldn't even be enough, right? But I am going to tell everyone, to tell the story of the Syrian people through me.
Well, the evidence is overwhelming, and in plain view, the Syrian president has consistently denied crimes against his own people. This mirrors the Putin strategy in Ukraine. His spokesman has categorically rejected allegations of war crimes, Tanya.
Catherine, you know, the similarities between Syria and what's going on in Ukraine are remarkable. The attacks on civilians and hospitals. And all of this becomes especially relevant now that many are questioning whether Russia might resort to chemical weapons in Ukraine. Can you break down what appears to be President Putin's playbook?
Tanya, there's this long-standing relationship between the Syrian president and the Russian president. And about 7 years ago, when the Syrian president was about to be overthrown by his own people, Putin stepped in with this military playbook. And that includes targeting civilians, the air bombardment of hospitals, laying siege to major cities, and then also the targeting of these humanitarian corridors that are supposed to be designed to create safe passage for refugees. And if this all sounds familiar, it's because this is exactly what is playing out in Ukraine today. And a former top U.S. war crimes investigator told us that for Vladimir Putin, the lesson of Syria was that you could kill your way out of the situation and still maintain control, Tanya.
Catherine Herridge, thank you so much for that riveting reporting. We appreciate it.